Welcome to the Elite Life Podcast with your hosts, Trisha and Kylee. Here, we guide you on a journey of personal and professional transformation, revealing the secrets to success. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, join us as we unlock the doors to the elite world of growth, grit, and grace. So, let's dive in.
Welcome, 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 Elite Lifers. We are back for another exciting episode. I am Trisha, and with me, as always, is the fabulous Kylee.
That's me. What up, Elite fam? So excited to be here again, and today's episode is going to be a game changer for all you sweet tooths out there. We're diving into the world of sweet tooth hacks, sharing some incredible recipes to satisfy your cravings without compromising your health. And this is right on time because we're going through 75 hard right now, and your girl Kay Kizzle is needing some sugars.
Well, now everybody knows who wrote this episode.
It was me. It was me.
It was you, Kylee. We've all been there, though, craving something sweet, but trying to stay on track with our wellness goals. So fear not, listeners, because today we have got your back. Let's kick it off with our first sweet tooth hack.
All right, drum roll, please. Trisha, have you ever tried banana ice cream?
You mean that magical one-ingredient ice cream that is so creamy and delicious? She wrote that, y'all. I haven't tried it.
That's the one. So, this is a good one. I've used this before. Have you made this?
No, but I do freeze my ripe bananas. So as I'm reading through, it says simply freeze your ripe bananas, then blend them up until they're smooth and velvety. It's like indulging in a bowl of ice cream, but it's just bananas. Just bananas.
Yeah, and you can even add like a splash of vanilla extract or a sprinkle of cinnamon for an extra boost. I know you throw bananas into your Shakeology.
Yeah.
I just eat them. I wrap them in a tortilla, put some peanut butter and cinnamon and eat them. But this, I will say on this one, my mom taught me a trick where you take the bananas that you just blended up, you mix it in with some coconut cream. So the way you do this is you grab a can of coconut milk from the grocery store, throw it in the back of the fridge, let it marinate for about 24 to 48 hours so that the cream, separates from the liquid a little bit. And then when you pull it out, you poke a hole in the bottom of the can so all the liquid drains out. So all you have is this like really delicious, creamy coconut milk stuff. I don't know. Listen, I'm not a scientist. I don't know what it is or exactly why it works, but all of that'll solidify in the top of the can, and then you grab a chilled bowl. I usually use like a metal mixing bowl. I'll throw it in the freezer overnight, and that helps it to stay to keep it from like liquefying again. But you mix all of that up. You throw your bananas in there, you throw the coconut cream in there, mix it all up, throw it back in the freezer, and in a couple hours you have this really tasty banana coconut situation that can be dangerous. But it's a lot healthier than the ice cream that you're getting, the Breyers that you're pulling out of the Kroger freezer, for sure.
That's awesome. So all the natural sweetness without the added sugar.
Yes, and I've seen people take like very like dark chocolate shavings, the cacao, and they'll just throw a little bit of that in there just to give it a little bit of texture. My mom will throw like some crushed pineapple in there. All good things. This is definitely a hack if you're an ice cream person.
Yeah, I love that. Another one that I know you love are sweet potato brownies.
So they're a game changer. They come out moist when you do it right, okay? So it takes a little bit. Sometimes your first go round doesn't come out exactly the way you want them to.
This sounds like from experience.
Yeah, so they're moist when you do it right. They come out fudgy. And honestly, I can feed them to my kids and they don't even realize that they're sweet potatoes. So you cook your sweet potatoes, you puree them, you mix them with a little bit of almond flour and some cocoa powder, a little bit of honey. I enjoy honey. Some people use maple syrup, like all natural maple syrup, just to give that little sweetness. And voila. gluten-free brownies. Boom.
I think that Lena made these one time before.
I can see her doing
it. Was either sweet potatoes or then another thing that's coming in my mind is chickpeas. So we'll have to ask her. But I remember they were delicious. And she's like, they're super healthy. There's like no non-healthy ingredients in there. I'm like, dang.
I'm pretty sure I've seen people make these out of black beans as well.
Okay.
So black beans, cocoa powder, honey or maple syrup. Boom, throw an egg in there, mix it all up.
I'm going to make them with sweet potatoes and feed them to Trent because when he was younger and I was going through my getting healthy
situation
nutrition season, my era of health.
Right.
Trent was young. He was probably like 7, maybe 8, but he used to start to smell all of his foods and he'd be like, I know you're hiding sweet potatoes in here. Is there squash in here? There's sweet potatoes in here. So he has trust issues because I put vegetables in all of his food secretly.
Well, I mean, we've talked before about like if you've got picky eaters, like there are very easy ways you can sneak, cooked pureed carrots, squash, zucchini into spaghetti, macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes and stuff like that. But the other thing is I want to talk about chia seeds. They're a little magical and not everybody enjoys them. I've had people do like the overnight oats and they put the chia seeds in there and then in the morning they're like, these things grew.
Yeah.
This is gross.
Yeah.
You let them soak overnight. The next morning you've got like, you throw them in with like your favorite milk. You can add a little bit of sweetener. So like if you've got like some vanilla almond milk or something like that, but you let them soak overnight and the next morning you've got kind of like a tapioca pudding situation going on, but it's got omega-3 fatty acids. It's got fiber. It's got protein. So if you like pudding, that might be a good route for you to go.
Yeah, and I'm actually reading this book right now. It's called Clean.
Yes.
I highly, highly suggest this
Who's it
book.
by? Do you know off the top?
I was just reading it this morning. It's a doctor. I'll throw it in the show notes, but it's called Clean and it's by a doctor and it's all about like how your food affects every piece of your life and how so many of these people, there was actually one of the stories that is in it that I just read last night. This guy was like actually on his deathbed for cancer and he came to her because they were like, you can do this chemo, but like you're probably not going to make it. And she puts them through like this elimination diet and then this clean diet. And it cued me because you said the omega-3 fatty acids and she talks about how like integrating those in your diet is so amazing for your gut health and your body. And she actually put him on the elimination diet and the clean diet, and he lived. He ended up like a lot of the times where you hear these stories about people that beat cancer, it's because they make these dramatic changes in their nutrition and in their diet. And people don't understand that like everything comes from what you eat. Like that saying, you are what you eat.
It is super true.
It is. And you eat what you are. So it's like if you are having illnesses that people can't understand, chronic pain, fatigue is a huge one, energy. And it's because like they break down the science behind it and how like humans were not made to eat 3 meals a day. And now like the fitness industry has even like 10x that. And it's like a lot of times like when we did different nutrition plans, you'll remember not only do you eat 3 meals a day, but they have you eat 2 to 3 snacks in between. So you're literally eating all throughout the day. And that is not actually how your body is designed by nature. Your body is supposed to be able to rest. That's why the word breakfast is break fast.
Right.
You're supposed to have a light dinner and then you're supposed to let your body and your digestion system like sleep and rest and fast without any snacks or food or late night. And it's like all these foods that we're talking about today, like we're giving you, this is totally off book. We were supposed to only give you good snacks, which is good, but in understanding that like a lot of times when people eat at night, it's because we only have so many good chemicals for willpower in our brains, right? So as the day goes on and we're using all those chemicals for our willpower, that's where we find ourselves at night and we want a snack and we want something sugary. And that's because we're not eating the foods that give us the vitamins that we need. So your body, say, is craving magnesium. Lots of women are deficient in magnesium. So your body will continue to eat and eat and eat and eat eat because it's searching for that magnesium. So even if it's full, you will continue eating because it's trying to find something with magnesium. So yeah, check out the book. I totally segued, but it's been so interesting because I find out that like the prescriptions that we take, like I always take a birth control pill because I get cysts. So I always take that. And those make your body deficient in magnesium. So if I'm not taking a magnesium supplement, and there's a couple other things that makes your body deficient in vitamin D and your B vitamins, if I'm not taking those supplements, then my body will want to eat to find those vitamins. So I will overeat because my body's looking for those vitamins, but I don't know why.
Right.
So like America especially, but the world in general, doesn't really look at their food like they should to be able to solve these problems. So if you find yourself snacky, check out that book, check out the medications that you're taking, see what vitamins it's making you deficient in. That way you can supplement those vitamins. That way you are less snacky and less wanting all of these foods, and you're able to really tune in on what your body needs and give it those good things.
Yeah, that was a good segue. I'm glad you shared that. I've been hearing a lot of things about just that, like the way that we eat, like this schedule of like my son, he'll wake up and immediately he's like, I want to eat a yogurt, I want a banana, I want something like that. And I think it comes down to as well, and it just piggybacking on what you said about your body searching to fill those deficiencies, let's also go back to habits, right? Mm-hmm. My body, I've noticed, like, I'm not a giant breakfast eater, so I will go till like 10:30, 11:30 in the morning before I even eat a single thing. But I'm drinking my coffee, I'm having my water, so my tummy's full of water. But also when it comes to at night, you know, when you have been sitting down at 9 o'clock every night after you put the kids to bed and your body is used to having something at that time, I'm sure that like, I am not a learned man. So I'm not a learned doctor, but I do understand how habits work. And I understand that when you ingrain your body and you get your body used to a specific habit, like sitting down at 9 o'clock every night and having a bowl of cereal or getting an influx of processed sugar, then when you try to go away from that, that also is what makes it hard. And that's what I'm dealing with now with doing 75 Hard is, my body's like, where's my sugar? Where's my influx of sugar? Where is my pour of sugar? Where's my sugar? Where's my sugar? And so I'm tapering that down, but I'm using these things that we were talking about today, the bananas, the coconut milk, the the healthier natural sugars to satiate that and work myself away from having that habit in my life.
I love that. Absolutely. So let's get back on and give him a couple more of these great recipes. I know you have one with avocados.
Okay, so hear me out on this. Mama Higgins put me up on this. My mom, I want to say about 7 to 10 years ago, started having some gut issues, completely overhauled her diet. So now she eats like Grandpa did. She's having fish, she's having chicken, she's having vegetables, and that's pretty much where she lives. But she gave me this recipe. So it's called guilt-free mousse, chocolate mousse. And so you take your avocado, which adds like a creamy texture to it. You combine it in the blender with some cocoa powder and a sweetener. Again, I love honey. I like raw honey. And that transforms it into like this decadent chocolate mousse. You could add some of that coconut cream in there just to give it a little bit more fluff. But my mom taught me how to make this one. Like I said, she uses honey to sweeten it. It is absolutely amazing. And if you need something to take the edge off, this is a really good, easy, quick. It's got the good fats. It's got all the natural sugars. So that is really where it's at, honestly, is the avocado chocolate mousse, which sounds disgusting, but my kids eat it. So I'm like, okay, I did the recipe right. The first time we did the recipe right, Casey was like, we did the recipe, Casey was like, Mom, not pudding. She was like 2.5. She's like, no, this is not pudding. Take this back to the kitchen.
Yeah. I've actually made a version of this that's super easy with avocado and my chocolate Shakeology. Any chocolate protein powder will do. So you can take your chocolate protein powder. That way you get a little extra protein hit. Mix it with your avocado and a little bit of almond milk. And I've mixed that up and made it into the pudding or the mousse. And then you can also freeze it and make it into protein ice cream.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the last one I had on the list was banana wraps. People, when I was working at the other real estate office, when I was doing property management, I would come in. Remember when we first did 21 Day Fix? I was losing weight I was losing baby weight, and I remember the first time I came in with a banana wrap, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, it's time for my snack, right? So I unwrap this, and they're like, is that a banana burrito? And I'm like, no, this is a banana wrap. So you get your tortilla. You get yourself a tortilla, okay?
Banana burrito.
You put some peanut butter down or some kind of almond butter, okay? Then you sprinkle your cinnamon, throw your banana in there, wrap it up, and you got yourself a nice, healthy treat. I'm going to drink some more coffee
You
here.
sound like all the Canadian moms that I hung out with this weekend.
Oh, Trisha, I know they are just the nicest people, those Canadians.
They're playing the hockey.
I tell you what.
They got their I can't do that. You do the accent so good.
There are many voices inside my skull, but that's for another episode.
Oh, well, friends, that is what we got for you today. I hope that you enjoy making these wonderful, healthy treats. I had a couple other little easy things like freezing grapes and making some protein balls with the protein powder and rolled oats.
And like no-bake cookies.
Yeah, I roll the peanut butter and the protein powder and the rolled oats. That's another easy one to make with your kids. Yeah, I was going to say, make sure you can have your kids join in making these too and teach them the healthy habits if you have kids to
And I will tell you,
out.
Kids love going to school with weird stuff. So when we make this chocolate mousse, Casey will take it and she'll be like, yeah, I've got pudding made out of avocados. They love being, the standout weirdo. So there you go.
All right, friends. Well, enjoy these. We hope that your sweet tooth hacks work out to help you to stick to those New Year, New Me plans.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of, tune in next week. Make sure that wherever you're listening, hit that subscribe, hit those notifications, like the show, leave us a love note. We love to hear from you guys, and we drop fresh content every single Thursday, so make sure you come back next week for another episode of Elite Life.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us today on the Elite Life Podcast with Trish and Kylee. Don't forget to share this episode with a friend so we can keep delivering you more fantastic insights on grit, grace, and growth. Stay connected with us on Instagram and Facebook, where we'll keep the ideas flowing to help you build a life you love and leave a legacy you can be proud of. Until next time.